Listen, we got breaking news to discuss involving Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Shilo, Shedeur, you know the whole nine. Listen, this has just been a roller coaster of a ride throughout this whole entire draft. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports as we bring more news updates and more to you. We told you. Now, Shiloh came out and said that basically his words were dad was our agent. So that hasn't been working out too well. So Shiloh pretty much spilled the beans, even though we had an idea that Deion was heavily involved in all of the matters and just everything through the cracks and crevices, as all access would say. We knew these things, but we didn't know to the extent. But Shiloh said that he was the agent. So clearly when these teams was picking up the phone, they was talking to Coach Prime, Deion Sanders himself. So we all know Coach Prime got the moxie. He still move like he playing today, the way you might talk to him. So I really think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. They was trying to humble Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. The NFL know what they was doing. They band together like no other sport organization we've seen. We've seen it firsthand. It was a situation where they was gonna freeze Shedeur Sanders out, and if it wasn't for Cleveland, he may have went undrafted. We all they I don't like how they did, Shedeur Sanders. Um Clearly, they didn't tell Dion everything truthfully, because if they viewed Shedeur Sanders to the level that they did, um like I said, this was just a lot of miscommunication going on. But nonetheless, Shiloh is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I think that's something that we should discuss. Shiloh went undrafted. Obviously, he wanted to be drafted, but he let it be known the way they did Shador. Lord knows what was going to happen to him, and we seen it firsthand. Shador Sanders, I mean, you come on, all the way to the fifth round. I mean, that's just disrespectful. Clearly, Deion Sanders looks like, as he was their agent, that caused problems. And I'm pretty sure when these teams called and spoke to Deion, um, the reports are saying, I don't know if it's factual evidence from what the reports say, that Dion was trying to dictate where Shador was going, trying to basically dictate terms, almost like how he was kind of when he came into the NFL with that swagger and that moxie. Now, obviously, Shador, if he was the number one overall pick, that caliber, pardon me, which I do believe he is, there's no way he's fifth round caliber. That's just ridiculous. Nonetheless, they made him look like he's some sideshow. It was a public embarrassment to Shador Sanders. They're lumping him in the Manziel wave and things of that nature. Last time Cleveland had a good quarterback, it was Baker Mayfield. They kicked him to the curb. Now Shiloh will be playing with Baker Mayfield. Cleveland, their quarterback situation is a mess. Shador Sanders is coming into a quarterback room that's pretty crowded. You got Deshaun Watson, he's pretty much finished. Um, the list goes on. Of all of the QBs they got young players. This young rookie that they just drafted. Was it Flacco? I mean, to be honest with you, Shador Sanders has a great chance to get picked in this draft. Pardon me. Not pick get picked to be the starter. Excuse me. Obviously, there's a lot of things that got to get weeded out here, but I'm hearing that everybody will get an opportunity. And if you hear Shador Sanders, all he wants is an opportunity. Right now we don't know who's the agent. For Shador or Shiloh, but the reports are that they did get an agent. So that is what it is. So I want to read that back to you guys. The quote was, "Dad was our agent, but that hasn't been working out too good. So today I had to sign with an agent." So you heard what Shiloh said. Shador and Shiloh did not hire an official agent during the pre-draft process. opting instead to receive guidance from their father, who was also a Pro Football Hall of Fame cornerback. While Shedeur was viewed widely as the second best quarterback in the 2025 draft class, for weeks and months leading up to the draft, he experienced an unexpected slide. After the Tennessee Titans took Miami quarterback Cam Ward first overall, the New York Giants took Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart 25th overall in the first round. Sanders fell to day two. However, his drop did not end there, as the New Orleans Saints took Louisville Tyler Shaw in the second round, following the Seattle Seahawks, taking Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe, and the Cleveland Browns taking Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel in the third round. And not being picked in the fourth round either to start day three, Sanders was finally taken by the Browns with the 144th overall pick in the fifth round. So we're gonna find out, also what is going on here with Kenny Pickett as well. So I mean, this thing is just ridiculous what Shedeur is rolling into, but I do believe that he's gonna be able to do his thing. Um, but it is what it is. Shilo, he recorded 70 tackles, one interception, four forced fumbles, and three passes defended at Colorado in 2023 before delivering 67 tackles, two passes defended, and no picks last season. So Shiloh is going to be something special as well. I know a lot of people get, he sometimes he could fly a little bit under the radar, but he still got that swagger too, just like Prime. He moved just like all of them. And we're gonna see it firsthand. These guys are ballers too. And another thing I don't like about all of this, they got thrown through the mud. These guys have never had an off the field issue ever. These are as clean cut as possible. They only surrounded by family. They're pretty insulated, So the way that these guys tried to paint a picture of Shedeur, of the Sanders family, I think it was disgusting, and the NFL should be ashamed of themselves. This family has never been involved in any scandals, any issues, any news, crazy, nothing, and they didn't deserve what happened. Shedeur Sanders, as much as you want to say he's brash, he's this, he's that, they treated him like he was some knucklehead, and that's uncalled for. He is perfectly suited to be the face of your franchise at quarterback and represent the organization to the fullest. He will not embarrass the organization. Is he competitive? Obviously, but it is what it is. They talk about the pre-draft interviews, surrounding Shedeur Sanders, the meetings and all of that, and was he prepared and everything like that. But it is what it is. He is a Cleveland Brown, and we all know Cleveland. They always take players like this. The Manziels, the Mayfields. The list goes on. Shedeur is going to break that mold because that's what they're trying to lump him into. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button.